traditional houses that are here in this miniature park, and also we want to show you how different one province's culture and tradition is from the other. And I'm not alone. Today I'm joined by Pak Purnomo, who will be guiding us through this episode. Thank you so much for being here.
Right.
Thank you for your time. Okay, so right now we are in Sumatra Barat, which is West Sumatra. And as you can see, look at how beautiful the houses are. And it's going to be a very interesting talk today because different houses and different provinces in Indonesia, they have different meanings, and they have a unique feature and detail to them. So can you tell us a little bit about West Sumatra? What makes these houses interesting?
Okay. Well, West Sumatra house, we call the Gadang house. Gadang is mean big house. And the Gadang house on the top, like buffalo horns, like that, that's symbol of the winner and the high status socials. The horns, amount of the horn, always odd numbers, like 3, 5, 7, and so on. And the roof, made up from palm leaf, must be tight and pressed, so all the heavy raining is not problem, not getting leak and wet. And one of the reasons, the typical of the roof is sloping like this, the water very quick down when raining.
So these are, I can see that the roof actually look kind of
palm leaf.
different. So palm leaves. Okay.
And also the wood, kinds of special wood, we call the ulin wood.
Can we get a little bit closer so we can see it?
This one, wooden carvings and paintings.
Right. Okay. Does it have any special meaning, like these carvings?
Yeah.
Or these paintings?
Usually, the golden one, symbol of the well educations. The black one, spiritual strong influence, and also the red one, symbol the brave, courage, and eldest community.
Oh, okay. And to give our viewers an idea, in West Sumatra alone, what are some of the attractions that people can find there, so we can get a feel of the type of culture that West Sumatra has?
Very famous culture, we call the piring dance or plate dance, and also as the welcome dance, pasambahan dance, like this. And also they have any very famous of traditional foods. Everybody knows about the rendang, with spices food. And also in this West Sumatra, they have any traditions. They now founded in other part of Indonesia, the matrilineal society or matriarchate system.
Yeah, I find that very interesting. Can you talk a little bit about that? So they almost worship mothers.
Correct.
Women.
Like this, the uniques of the Gadang house first, boys cannot sleep inside the Gadang house. First, they sleep on the small mosque for learning Holy Quran, practice martial art, and improve skill and capability. They come inside only for eating and talk with their parents. And the second is, when they're married, the dowry came from the lady. The dowry. So not the man give to the lady, but the lady, the dowry, give to the man. And the children name take from the mother name side.
Oh wow, that is so interesting. I would never have thought that for some in a place like West Sumatra. So these houses, does it date back to a particular century?
This happening around the 1347s, around that.
Okay, so that is
in Pagaruyung. One
and
of the royal
that
palace.
is a kingdom, right?
Yes,
that is one of the kingdom that we have in West Sumatra. Is it still prominent, the Pagaruyung kingdom?
We have still found it like to be museums.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So when we go inside, what are usually that we can find? We can find like some instruments.
Traditional wedding dresses, traditional everything about the West Sumatra house, and that's why this is a window of the West Sumatra as promotion as well. So people come to Taman Mini, they want to know everything, come inside into the house.
And also, is it normal for the houses to be this tall?
Some this compare 1 to 1, but some of them bigger. Depend of the many families.
Okay. And also, I found it really interesting going back to the matriarchal element that they actually instill this mindset since childhood. So do you think maybe That's why the carvings are a little bit floral. Does
Yeah.
that really show why? Because like there's such a huge women influence in West Sumatra.
Like this bright colors, it's
Yeah.
symbol of the interesting people. They want to come inside to have look inside what's happening there.
Yeah.
That's the first time.
It attracts people.
Attract.
Yeah.
And also, the architecture also is very unique. They build on the stilts, yeah. So
Yeah.
very soaring up like this, so everybody knows, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at the time, the function is under of the house, underneath,
Yeah.
keep animals, storage, and also keep something like protected water and so on.
Yeah. Okay. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the house that when we saw from far, it kind of almost captured our attention because of the colors and the
correct.
details. I see a lot of red
Yeah.
and bright green, and yeah, I mean it looks beautiful, really. So now we can. Where should we make our way?
Yeah,
Here?
we're going there.
Yeah. So one thing to note in this park, there's a lot of houses.
Yeah.
How many of these houses?
In
do you have?
Indonesia, we have 34 provinces. In
Yeah.
Taman Mini, we just have 33 provinces because the youngest province, the house not built yet here.
And which is the younger province?
North Kalimantan.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully next year.
Yeah. And this is a place where I went when I was a child. It is very common for field trips because it's where the schools will take you to teach you about the different traditions and cultures and how different. Even when we see like South Kalimantan to North Kalimantan,
Yes.
I'm sure that the
Yeah.
houses look completely different.
Correct, yes,
Just
you're
from
right.
south to west, even though it's in the same place, which is Kalimantan. So I find that really interesting. And of course, you have a lot of school trips
Yes.
that come here.
Yeah. So
as
that's
well.
why Taman Mini is something like one place. It's not only children's learnings in the theory in the book, but also sometimes they can take participations, yeah,
For
how
sure.
to learning how to be good dancer,
Yeah.
and see the performance and dance drama as well, held especially on Sunday.
Yeah, and you have performances that can help the kids further learn about what really Indonesia has to offer. So right now we're making our way to which province?
Yeah. Now we will go. We're going to the Aceh, but this not Kalimantan, and this sorry, not Sumatra.
Yeah. Okay. So we are moving away from
yeah.
Sumatra. We're entering. So this is Aceh.
This is not Sumatra. We're
Oh, this
going
is
to
not
the Aceh.
Okay. So what is some of the differences between West Sumatra and North Sumatra now that we're
Yeah,
we're
of
here?
course. The typical of the houses. Yeah.
Yeah.
First, like look at that's called with the Nias house.
Yeah.
Nias, the house looks like boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they believe, yeah, if any flooding or something other things, yeah,
They
the
will be
water can through
protected.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to indicate which one everybody knows, Nias or not, look at please any tradition jump over stones, 2 meters.
Oh.
2 meters. Young men running and jump over without touch.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Symbol of what? Symbol of challenge, symbol of the brave. Yeah.
Strength.
Symbol, yeah.
Yeah.
Strength and honesty. Tough
Yeah.
guy.
So, is there any influence from other Asian countries in these houses? Do you think? Do they take any influence maybe from the Middle East or China, for example?
Yeah, in some of the houses we influence, for example, from Malay also. Yeah.
Of course, Malay, yeah.
Malay influence, yeah, because in the
We're in the archipelago, really.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also looks different architectures. Yeah. This dominated with strong colors. Yeah. With
Yeah.
a very dark, very red.
Wow, this is
yeah,
really
and
beautiful.
White color dominant. Yeah. And that's any like crucifix
Yeah, the
because
detail is
influence of
amazing.
the Christians.
Okay, and
Yeah.
so there is a Christian, a predominantly
Yeah,
Christian
correct,
community
correct. Yes,
in
in Batak.
North Kalimantan.
North Kalimantan,
North
Batak,
Kalimantan,
yeah.
right? Of course, Batak.
In
Yeah.
Batak at least.
Okay, this I've never seen anything
Yeah.
like this. This one is really.
And this one on the
Yeah.
corner, that's we call the Gajah Dompak, symbol of refuse by the bad spirit.
Oh. Yeah, and also I guess it's important to note that a lot of Indonesians are very Spiritual. They believe in the mystical,
Yes.
in the
yeah.
spiritual.
Before religions came, people believe
That's what they
animism
believed in,
so on.
and so this is what
Yeah.
you're talking about, right? This symbol really,
refuse bad spirit.
right?
And
it refuses. bad
additional, this one in front any cacao tree.
Yeah.
Why planted here? Because in their environments, farmer planted this one.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, over here, you really do mimic the exact,
What?
the
Yeah.
exact building as it would have been in that province. So we are on Facebook.
No, going to Aceh.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We've arrived. That wasn't so long. If only it was this short of a distance, right? To West Sumatra, to Aceh. Indonesia is huge. Doesn't take this pass to go from one province to the other. So which side are we going? Okay, we're going this side. Also, we are on Facebook. So if you have, and also many other social media, but if you have any questions or suggestions or comments, leave them on Facebook. I'm reading your comments. So right now we are inside one of the houses.
Under.
Yeah. That's right. Okay, so can you tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about this
Okay.
this one?
First, thank you. Now we are in Aceh Pavilions. We have three main buildings. We call the Cut Mutia House and this Cut Nyadin House. And especially from the Cut Mutia House, that house originally belonged of her national woman hero. We call the Cut Mutia, removed from Aceh to Taman Mini, and that's almost 200 years.
So that is the you mean that's the
Yeah,
original house?
Yeah.
Oh.
That house, how to build no nails.
Wow.
Just wooden peg, binded each others. So without
Oh.
iron nails.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the function is and the tense, that's for guerrilla, for move to place to another place.
Yeah, yeah, of
So without
course.
nails.
And it's 200
Almost 200
years old.
yeah.
It's that one, right?
Yeah, that's
okay,
one.
the one that you
Yeah.
guys are looking at right now. That
And
one. So that was the
in this
original.
place also is very famous with the traditional dance called with the Saman dance. Yeah.
Right.
And also Ratu
Yes,
Jaro
Saman
dance. Famous.
Saman
And in
dance is
front the yard, we have the replica of the Seulawa 001 as the airplane of the first time of Indonesia we have.
Is this
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
airplane?
We bought in 1948.
Okay.
Dakota or DC-3 from USA. Yeah.
And why is it located in Aceh?
Yeah, because the donations from Aceh people. So that's why the airplanes put this place.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of comments from people saying that it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And we're in a
And
beautiful
also
place.
another left corner there,
Yeah.
and that's especially the replica of Cakradonya, the big bells, is good relationship between from China to Aceh.
Yeah.
And given by Admiral Cheng Ho in 1414. Yeah.
Wow.
The replica.
So
the
that
real
was
one in
almost
the Aceh
like a
province.
gift from
Yeah,
China
correct.
to Indonesia in the year 1414.
14.
That's a long time ago.
And so many people came here
Yeah.
to learn everything, not only for the architectures, but also traditions as well, and also communities, people, environments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even we have many of events
Yeah.
that's happening, yeah,
Right,
and
of course.
especially a moment.
Yeah, so this is the bell that you are looking at right now that was gifted from Admiral Cheng Ho in 1414 to Indonesia, specifically Aceh, right?
Aceh.
So they have the exact same one in Aceh?
Yeah, the same size.
Right,
yeah,
this
but
is a replica,
yeah.
obviously, yes. Okay, that is very interesting. So, personally, why do you think it is important to protect Indonesia's traditional architecture?
Yeah, because generation to generations, time to time, will be changed. So Taman Mini is safeguarding of intangible culture heritage.
Yeah.
So that's why Taman Mini not only place but also we recruit the young generations
Of course.
to try to practice, because if not, no one plays.
Yeah, and this is how you keep the tradition and the culture
Correct.
alive. Because like you said, there's 34 provinces
34.
in Indonesia, and each province, they have, it's almost like going to a completely different country almost. They have their own culture,
languages.
food, languages.
600 languages more in Indonesia.
Exactly.
I'm not understanding that of you.
I only know one, Bahasa Indonesia. But yeah, so it's just so big and diverse that you need something like this.
Sometimes by traditional weapon, we can know where they came from. By traditional music, we can know where they came from.
Yeah.
Even traditional batik, batik motif and design difference.
Yeah. So do you get a lot of tourists that come to this place that want to learn about Indonesia's architecture and tradition?
Normally, tourists they focus for the architecture's one.
Right.
And they spend times more than 3-4 hours normal. Because Taman Mini is a
huge
park, 150 hectares.
Yeah. And we've only shown you 2 houses, and we're still, we're going to walk to our 3rd one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, where is our next location?
Kalimantan.
Kalimantan.
West Kalimantan. Because it's so different things.
Yes. West Kalimantan.
Sumatra, Kalimantan difference, they call the Betang house. Betang is long house. Because from here we can see that's the long house.
The long house.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really interesting. I think like one of the common element I can see is like a lot of the houses are very tall.
Yeah.
So maybe back in the day they prioritized that. Basically the houses were not on the ground, but they were built on poles.
Right.
Yeah.
First, usually protected for the wild animals.
Right.
Yeah, for flooding or water, and also keep animal under house. That's normal. Yeah. And also for storage. But in the Kalimantan, it's higher. It's not 2 or 3 meters anymore, but sometimes still 6 meters, because to protect it for enemies.
Oh, because they were, and also Kalimantan has a lot of their tribes as well.
Difference, ethnics.
Yeah, there are different ethnics. So that, I mean, this house is really tall.
Yeah.
Right here, you can kind of see, because maybe were some of these houses in forests maybe, so they had to...
Okay, this one, the small one, this name is Baluk House from West Kalimantan.
Yeah.
And the high is, the real one is almost 12 meters. Yeah. But in Taman Mini only 6 meters, because the function is not for living house, not for people sleep, but when the leader die, the dead body keep there inside.
Oh.
So like cemetery.
Yeah. Let's
and the
get
name
a
is
closer
Baluk,
look of this. Do you see a lot of similarities with houses from other countries? I mean, you mentioned Malay, but do you see any other similarities to India, for example, or
Europe influence also Malay?
Right, of course, because we were colonized.
In the royal palace of the Kadria, this is Sultan of in Pontianak. This one.
Wow.
Yeah. And this one I talked with first time. This called the long house, because the real one till 130 meters, noted history. So 80 rooms. 80 rooms. Yeah. And they built on the stilts around 6 meters, and the stairs, look at please, just single wood like that. No handrails.
Where is the stairs?
Let me close with that.
Oh, there, I see it. Okay. Yes, that's stairs. So you would have to have very strong legs and core.
So when husband and young people go somewhere for hunting, that's children, old men keep other up, and the stair is pulling up. They coming, pull down. In the nets, pulling up, protected for that.
So a lot of the houses were really built around how their lifestyle was at the time.
Yeah, because they build like that because especially of the background of wine, they like that.
Right, exactly. So,
but not anymore with 60 room anymore. Maybe just 20 or 25.
Families are not that big anymore nowadays. So why is this built on water?
This symbol of the big river, Sambas and Kapuas rivers, and also floating house. Yes. Symbol of that.
So there are floating houses in this
Kalimantan people.
West
Kalimantan.
Yeah. Okay, that's really interesting. So over here you can really get a feel of how the people lived back then and why they built the houses the way that
Right. Yeah.
they do. So what do you think are some of the special characteristics of this house and this house?
Yeah. First, this for communal house.
Yeah.
From many people together, is one leaders, one big families. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it's possible to extend it if they need the another rooms. But this one, especially for the worshiping. Yeah. The house for honor and respect.
Is this one? So
this
you
one.
don't really sleep in this house?
Not really for sleep.
Oh, and it's built on water. Then this seems like it's a lot of hard work to even get up there.
Yeah. So
The stair, yeah, you would have to be very careful.
sometimes people try to climb up and
Yeah,
see
no.
what's happening on the
Yeah.
top. Yeah.
Is there a particular traditional house that you find interesting in
Yeah.
Indonesia? Do you have a favorite?
Yeah. Many. Some of them. People came here, take a video and so on.
Yeah.
Because on the states, every houses we have any states.
Yeah.
So that's the prima donna for guests to waiting for a few minutes to watching the show.
Yeah, and you have, like you mentioned before, you have performances in each of these provinces in Taman Mini. Is it every Sunday?
Beside that, in special moments.
Okay.
And also
Independence Day,
Yeah,
maybe?
in the special moment, Independence
Yeah.
Day, Taman Mini anniversary,
Yeah.
long children's holiday. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you talk to us a little bit about the carvings? I see
Yeah.
there's a dragon.
Dragon,
Yeah.
symbol of the classified on the top.
Okay.
Bird, like hornbill bird.
Yeah.
Hornbill bird. Look at this on the top, on the roof. That symbol of the top class.
Oh, yeah, I see that bird up there.
And squids,
Yeah,
symbol of
squid.
the ordinary common.
Yeah. So even the carvings and the details really talk about the people.
Yeah, status social class.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's very interesting. But is it still like that now?
No, time to time is a little bit
Yeah.
changed because education and so on. Even in this place, they have many earrings.
Yeah.
Symbol of the beautiful lady and so on. Yeah. But on the city, it's not practiced anymore.
You don't find that anymore. But still,
But on the remote, still
exactly. And Kalimantan, like you said also, they have a very strong tribal ethnic communities that are still...
in the time, but now it's because people can speaking Bahasa Indonesia, so national language is very important.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Because that happened because national language not understand each other, but not everybody, I think.
Yeah, but which is why a place like Taman Mini is very important because it teaches kids especially and people like me who I've been here on field trips and I'm learning this for the first time. Like it's very important to know your history, and it's been very interesting to see that the houses really depicts the lifestyle of the people at the time. So I guess that's what architecture meant.
Correct.
At the time. So how many, which century do you think this is?
These
houses?
happenings around the 4 or 5 centuries. That's
wow,
already,
that's a long time
yeah,
ago.
that's already happened. But in Taman Mini,
Yeah,
in the
right.
constructions
Yeah.
built 1972.
Yes, of course. We did not exist in the 4th and 5th century. So we're getting a lot of comments from people mostly. I think they're just really admiring the houses. And you've been very clear, so they don't really have any questions. But they're really just saying that it's beautiful and it's nice and it's amazing. So thank you so much for your time. We went
Thank
to
you.
3 different provinces in just 20 minutes. And you can only do this in Taman Mini, where you can learn about Indonesia's beautiful culture and tradition in one place. So if you're ever in Jakarta, you can stop by here and you can learn about Indonesia's history. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your comments. I've been reading them, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.